Hey guys, Jared Wesley here of Live Traders, back for a weekend review. I wanted to get this out there yesterday, but I got busy. It's a weekend, you know, I got a wife and 3 kids, etc. and so forth, and other businesses that I run, but better late than never. This past week, guys, I collectively made about $2,900, okay? I put a YouTube video out there Monday through Friday this past week. I don't usually get an opportunity to do 5 full days, but this past week I did. I also want to direct you guys to StockTwits. You can find me at Scoutmaster. Obviously, you can subscribe to the Live Traders YouTube channel to find out information about what I'm doing. But every morning, guys, on StockTwits, and again, my handle is Scoutmaster, I put out my morning gap list. I've been getting lots of emails and great feedback from folks how to find gaps and how to do this and that. Well, I put my gap list out on StockTwits every single morning, okay, before the market opens, about 9 a.m. Eastern time, okay, and then at about 9:20 to 9:25 Eastern time, I put my favorites list out. My favorites list are my top 3 to 5 ideas with price points that I'd like to trade, okay? And you can see that in the YouTube videos, but if you want to find those before the market opens, check me out on StockTwits. You can also check me out at Scoutmaster on Twitter. It's either Scoutmaster or Scoutmaster1, Instagram, Twitter, StockTwits, etc. and so forth. I just wanted to go through a quick recap of some of the trades that I took this week, guys. These are learning charts, learning experiences. I'm not just putting these out there to gloat, okay? I'm putting them out there so you guys can learn a little bit about stock trading and why I take some of the trades that I take. Okay, so I'm not going to do these in any particular order. This trade on MCHP was actually on Friday, but I'll go through these randomly throughout the week here. And I'm going to spend just a few minutes talking about each slide. Okay, so if we look at the MCHP here, guys, the first thing you have to notice is the gap. Okay, now, unfortunately, I'm starting with the best gap first. Okay, from here on, the gaps are good, but this was the best gap of the week, in my opinion. And oddly enough, I scalped out of it and made the least amount of money on this trade, but it went the most. So if we look at the daily chart, guys, you're gapping under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green bars plus a bottoming tail pivot plus another pivot, guys. That is extreme shock value. See, this stock was bouncing after a huge sell-off, okay? Then it had a little shakeout, and then it retested, and a lot of people bought it up thinking, oh, gosh, well, of course we're going to retest the 102, 103 area, and naturally we're going to do that. Nope. It gaps down, which is a huge shock, takes out all of these people. Guys, any person at all, I don't care who you were, if you bought MCHP in the last 6 days, you were a loser on it on Friday morning, period. Okay, so a lot of people want to get out of this stock, and that pushes the prices down. Well, it got under this pivot, and it has room to this pivot. So basically, it had room from $90 down to about 82 or 83 bucks. Our goal now that we know we have such a beautiful gap, our goal now, guys, okay, is to find a lower time frame entry. Okay, well, in this case, we did. We went down to the 2-minute chart. Okay, so I used the daily chart as my bias time frame, and then the 2-minute chart as my entry. So you get a red bar, a narrow range red bar, and another narrow range. Guys, we call that a flag or a wedge. Okay, one of the two, a flag or a wedge. You're going to short it right under that area, put your stop above here, and boom, it drops. I actually got out down here, popped back up, okay, and then came all the way back down. All right, now, you could have used the wider stop. In fact, for the chat room members, I told them to use the wider stop, okay, and then lower the stop later. For me, I was out because I'm a scalper. I was out on that initial drop. It was like a $2 drop, and I was gone. Okay, so all in all, I made $557 on Friday, $557.09. Okay, and that was just on Friday, and I was done, guys, in about 6 minutes. Okay, 6 minutes of trading for 500 bucks. Let's move on to the next slide. So here is a trade on Yelp, guys, that I actually didn't take, but it was probably my biggest regret of the week, and that's why I'm throwing it in here. And the reason that is because you have to understand, as professional traders, our goal is actually not to trade. Our goal is to make money. And sometimes this frustrates people in the chat room. Okay, they come in and they're like, well, why aren't you taking more trades? Why aren't you pushing the button? Why aren't you pushing the button? And the reason is because I'm there to make money, okay, not to actually trade. So missing Yelp this week was a very big deal because I'm here to make money. Sometimes, guys, you get one trade for the day and you're done for the day. Okay, well, Yelp was one of the best gaps that we had, and it was by far the best intraday chart that I had. So I had to still do a slide on this to show you guys, just because it's such a beautiful trade that it was on my favorites list as my #1 favorite. And I just got a little bit sidetracked, a little bit distracted, and I missed Yelp. Okay, and I mentioned that in the video on Thursday. But guys, our job is to make money, all right? And I consider this to be a mistake because it was on the gap list. It was my favorite idea, and I didn't take it, all right? So let's go over it quickly to see, well, why was it so good, okay? First, again, we always start with the daily chart, guys. It was gapping over a red bar, as well as 1, 2, 3, about 4 pivots this was gapping over. So it had room from about $44 up to about $48. This little pivot over here may have been an issue, but again, that's close to 48, 47.50. So the gap was very nice. Was it as good as the MCHP gap? Not really, but it was still a very good gap. Now again, that's our bias. The bias on Yelp is long, and you can see here at 9:25 in the morning, I mentioned Yelp over 44.75. Now you're asking, well, why 44.75, Jared? What is it about that area that you liked? And it's right here, guys. You see this dotted red line right there? That is 44.75. This is a pre-market chart, guys. I'm one of the only traders out there that you'll see that actually uses pre-market charts for real patterns, okay? I look at this as a beautiful pre-market 15-minute breakout. So as soon as the market opens, or almost when the market opens, and breaks 44.75, we should have been in this, okay? But it gets even better. So we have a beautiful daily gap, plus a 15-minute consolidation, okay? Then, here's where it gets better. Go to the 1-minute chart, drill down. We get a wide range bar right here at 9:31 in the morning. 9:32, we get a narrow range resting bar, and then blast off, okay? And you can see, entry would have been 45. Okay, it wasn't exactly 44.75, but that's okay. It's as long as it's above this dotted line right here. That's all that really matters, okay? Because there's nothing up here, all right? So we get in at 45 and put your stop under bar number 2 here, all right, which is 44.50. This is a 50-cent stop loss, and you can see, guys, it went over $3. It actually went about almost to 50 bucks. So it went about $5. Do the math on that. $5 move, 50-cent stop loss. You could have made 10 to 1. So if you were risking, say, $500 on this, you could have made 5,000 bucks. If you were risking 1,000, you could have made potentially $10,000 on that. Guys, that's a lot of money. So you can see why I'm upset. This to me would have been $500 to $1,000 trade, and it would have happened, guys, in 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. 4 minutes to make 1,000 bucks. This is why I get so angry and upset with myself when I miss something that was my #1 favorite and on my gap list. Guys, we trade for money, okay? I'm not one of those charlatans out there where you say, oh my gosh, I made $73,000 in 2 days. Come join my webinar. Guys, it's a bunch of horse shit. I apologize for being so stern, but it just is. This is real trading, okay? And I'm showing you real accounts to do it. So Yelp was a great trade. I'm a bit upset at myself for missing it, but it is what it is. I'll try to be better next week. One of the beauties about the market, guys, is if you make a mistake, the market will give you another opportunity to fix the mistake. So let's move on to the next slide, guys, okay? All right, guys, here we are on Roku, R-O-K-U. This actually was my best trade of the week, dollars and cents wise. I made almost $900 on this trade. I try to shoot for 2 to 1. Lately, I've been risking about $400 to $500 per trade. As you guys know, back in April, I started a little, not a trading challenge, but I want to show traders, hey, you can start with $50 risk and make it up to $300, $400, $500 risk in not a long period of time if you have consistent results. If you don't have consistent results, then you have to stay at that $50 or $100 risk level, okay? So for me, I've been showing consistent results, so I've been raising the risk. And the goal was by the end of the year to get to $1,000, okay? $1,000 per trade, okay? So back to the Roku, guys. Again, we always start with the daily chart, right? So you're gapping over a couple red bars and over a pivot. What's up here? Nothing. We call this void because there's nothing above it, guys. All right, so we're gapping over this red bar and over this pivot. So our bias on Roku is long, which means higher. So our job, take our bias drill down to a lower time frame, a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 5 minute. Now, could you drill down to a 15 minute or a 60? Yes, you could. But guys, I'm a scalper. So I'm usually on the 1 minute, 2 minute, or 5 minute. I like to trade from 9:30 to 10 a.m. I am done usually in 30 minutes a day. So I call it an hour. Why? 9 a.m. pre-market, do your gap scanning, put your favorites list out there, 9:30 to 10 o'clock trade, done. Guys, I have a busy life, a busy schedule. I run other business. I have a lot of industrial real estate. I can't sit in front of my computer all day. Okay? Trading is really fun for me. I enjoy it. But it's also a serious business. But I don't want to sit in front of my desk for 8 hours a day either, okay? So we have our bias, which is long on Roku. We drill down, boom. Because the gap is so good, you're allowed to take a 1 minute high on this. That's right out of the Professional Trading Strategies Manual, a book I wrote, I created. If you're interested in it, go to livetraders.com and check it out, okay? So beautiful daily chart. You're allowed to be aggressive because the gap is so good. And then you buy it right there, which is $53. Put your stop under here, $52.30. It's a 1 minute high, guys. In 1 minute, we're already up 70 cents. In 2 minutes, we're already up $1.40. Guys, I'm out of this trade 89 seconds. 89 seconds. Not even a minute and a half. That was like Mike Tyson back in 1988 knocking out, what was it, Michael Spinks? For those of you guys out there that remember that, you young bucks won't remember that. 89 seconds. Now, he made about, $30 million for that fight. I only made $893. But in 90 seconds or 89 seconds, $900 isn't bad, guys. There's a lot of people working all week to make that kind of money. You can make that kind of money, but you have to understand what a great gap is, what a great entry is, and then manage it on top of it. This day, I made $902.12. That was Thursday the 9th, okay? So let's continue on, guys, and take a look at the next slide, all right? All right, Kors, guys. Kors. $406, guys, I made on Kors. Now, again, look at the gap. We always start with the daily chart, guys, gapping over this lengthy consolidation, guys. So over this $69 to $70 mark, Kors was at an all-time high. All right, so there was nothing above this stock to run into us. So this case, the gap was good, but it wasn't great. So we had to wait just a little bit longer. So our time frame of bias was long as it was over $70. See, guys, the topping tails, this pink line here is $70. So we get a wide range green bar, a little topping tail bar, sellers sneak in, a little doji bar, and then a green bar. So we're going to get in at $70. We're going to put our stop at $69.30. I didn't want too big of a stop. I didn't want like a $1.30 stop or anything like that. And this thing pops up $1. So we got about 1.5 to 1, and I walked away on it. And you guys can see we got out pretty good. We scalped out of this thing. I actually got a really good fill on this. I put my order at $69.99. and it filled me at $69.86. So had it filled me at $70.00, I may not have gotten out of this for the money that I got out of it. It was not a big winner. It wasn't a great trade. As you can see, it pulled back. And this was a little bit of the concern with the gap. It was nice, but it was also second day up, a little bit extended. But we ended up making a decent amount of profit off this thing, maybe $300 or $400. Now, guys, remember, that's $300 or $400 in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. All right, we're not sitting here for 8 hours a day to make $300 or $400. And if I wanted to make more money off this, I wouldn't have taken 600 or 700 shares. I would have taken 1,500 or 2,000 shares, right? And we could have made even more money. All right, so that's the trade I took on Kors. That was on Wednesday, guys. My apologies, all right? So let's move to the next one. BMRN, guys. Whoo, boy. This was another really beautiful trade, guys. All right, so BMRN, guys, notice I took a whole screenshot in real time, all right, when I took this trade. The only negative thing is you can't see the daily chart here, all right, but you can see the gap. If you look at the 1 minute, you look at the 2 minute, you look at the 15, you see the gap right here, right there, guys, okay? So BMRN at 9:25 in the morning was one of my favorite stocks. I mentioned it, guys, that's 5 minutes before the market opens. I'm saying, guys, watch BMRN. It's one of my favorite ideas out there, okay? So I get into BMRN on the pullback, on the 1 minute pullback, and notice it retests right there, okay? So it pulls back, it bounces, and it retests. Now, could you have bought the first pullback? You could have, but it was a little bit aggressive, okay? Doesn't mean you can't buy it. Just give it a little bit more room on the stop loss if you're going to do that. So it bounces back up and then retests. So I enter at 102.50 and I use 101.50. I use a $1 stop loss on this thing, okay? But it moves higher to the prior pivot. I peel some off. Why? Because, well, that's usually one of your first target areas. The prior pivot high is usually one of your first target areas. So when this stock pulled back over here right around 9:47 in the morning, I added to it. So for me, I know it sounds crazy to say this. It does. This was a long-term trade for me, right? I was in this thing for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, almost 15 minutes. And then I added to it at 103. So I had a cost average on this thing. What's it say on the BMRN there? Cost average was 102.89. So I bought some at 102.50, added some at 103, all right? And then I let this thing go higher. So all in all, on the BMRN, guys, we could have made a lot more money. We ended up making almost $1 on it, and it was about $600. So it's $624, something like that on this. Not bad, guys. Even though it did take about 25 minutes, it was still $600. Now, I think you guys would all agree out there. You wouldn't mind working for $600 a day for 30 minutes or less. Or imagine going into your office every day and in 30 minutes or less making $500 to $1,000 every single day. Guys, you know what that is? That's $120,000 to $250,000 a year. $120,000 to $250,000 a year in 30 minutes a day. You know what? Heck it. Let's call it an hour a day. How'd you like to make $200,000 a year in an hour a day? You can if you take the right gaps and you find the best entries on those gaps, okay? So let's finish this off, guys, with a trade I took on Monday on SQ, Baba, and Disney. These three are the three trades I took on Monday. Only made $439 on Monday. Wasn't great, but again, here's the beauty. I was still finished in 1 hour or less. So again, $439, not setting the world on fire. But an hour a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day keeps that JOB away, okay? So if we look at the SQ, guys, all right, 60-minute buy setup. So my higher time frame bias on SQ, okay, was a 60-minute buy setup. Within the 60-minute buy setup, we were able to take a 2-minute high. On that 2-minute high, guys, that we're able to take, this thing went up pretty good. It went $1, okay, in about 246 minutes, okay? It went $1 in 6 minutes. So I didn't get a huge winner out of this. We had a 45-cent stop, so it did go 2-to-1. So you can see on the SQ here, guys, we only got about 30 cents out of it. We only made about $300 out of it, and that's because it came all the way back down. I was looking just for a slightly larger target on this one. All in all, great trade? No, but okay. Again, a few $100 isn't too bad, okay? Now, on the Baba, notice, always start with the daily chart. The Baba is breaking a new low. There's a pivot support area to the left, another pivot support area here, and once it breaks that area, guys, that 180 area, there's nothing down here. So what do? Wide range bar, narrow range bar, drop. So the entry was $178.20, and the stop loss was $179.20. Guess what? It dropped and came back up against us and stopped us out. Not for a full loss, but for about a half stop. I lowered the stop. Once I saw this green bar right here, right there at 178.50, I lowered the stop. And thank goodness I did, because this is not what is supposed to happen when a stock drops and breaks to a new low. So this, again, this is right out of professional trading strategies, guys. Okay, so this drops down here, all right, goes lower, has a consolidation bar, and then it drops under that area, okay? But again, when I saw the green engulfing bar, I said, something's not right here, guys. Let's lower our stop. So in this case, we lost half as much as we were going to. We risked about $400. We lost about 200 on this. Not too bad considering it would have been a full stop. And then finally, Disney. Disney, oh Disney. Wow, guys. Okay. Beautiful uptrend on the daily. Had a topping tail, pulls back, and then consolidates. So it's sitting here at this 115 range. See it? Right there, okay, on this pink line. Once we break above 115, the sky's the limit. This thing could go anywhere, guys, anywhere. So we want to find an entry. Remember, our time frame of bias is the daily or the 60. So once we break above 115, we know I need to find an intraday entry. So in this case, we had to wait, all right? 15-minute chart, wide bar, narrow bar, blast off. So in this case, guys, this triggered at 10 a.m. For me, I'm like ready to pack it up and leave at 10 a.m. Once I saw this pattern in the daily chart, I said, I have to take this. I have to. So I got in at 115 with a stop at 114.70, and boom, guys, I was gone in about 5 minutes. It went $1 in 5 minutes. Only a 30-cent stop loss. Guys, a 30-cent stop loss, it went 50, 60 cents in 5 minutes. I was gone. So you can see on the Disney, guys, we made about 35 cents, which, again, was about 400, 500 bucks. Why? The BABA and the SQ offset. All right, what I made on BABA, what I lost on BABA is what I made on SQ after fees, and then the Disney was the winner of the day. So all in all, I made $439 that day. Was that amazing? Was that great? No, but it's still $439, okay? Now, to end this off, guys, that was my week right there. In fact, I'm going to blow this up just a little bit so you guys can see it, okay? Now, $2,882.73 net profits. That's after all fees, commissions, bro, everything. That's out the door. That's what goes into my bank account, okay? Almost $2,900. Guys, I did not trade past 10:15 on any day this past week. I did not trade past 10:15 Eastern time on any day this past week. You could see every single trade I took here, 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 here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, $400, $400, $580, $900, $500, okay? Guys, from start to finish, I'm trading about an hour. 9 a.m., sit in front of your desk, do your gap list, do your favorites list, okay? 10 a.m., done. One day, I think I traded 10:50. So all in all this week, I traded about 5 hours, not even. Some days was less than that. 5 hours to make almost $3,000. So that's not bad, $500 an hour, right? $600 an hour, whatever you want to call it. Guys, it's possible. That's real money, okay? You can see my account statements on YouTube. I show you in real time me trading, okay? No shenanigans, no BS, all right? That is how you trade. And notice, guys, not on any day this past week, not one day did I take more than 3 trades. Not one day. 3 to 5 trades is all I take. Some days I stop at 1 or 2. Friday I stopped at 2. Some days I will take as many as 5, but that's about it. Okay, I find that when I'm having a challenging day or a losing day, I actually trade more, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so I want you guys to see here, and I want you to subscribe to the Live Traders YouTube channel so that you can watch more of these videos. These are true learning videos. I'm not out here trying to shill anything to you guys in the sense of faking stuff. See, there's so many advertisements out there now where people are saying, I made $1 million last year and it's on TraderView. Guys, anybody can fake TraderView. All right, I'm videotaping myself every single day so you can go back and watch it. All right, you can see it says live trading. You can see my account number. You see the order originator number. All right, there's a lot of armchair warriors out there, okay, that are just faking everything. I'm here to teach you real stuff, to show you that this business and the market can be beat. You can make a living at trading. You absolutely can make a living at trading, all right? So I hope you enjoyed that quick recap of some of, not all, but some of the trades I took this past week to make close to $2,900 of real money, okay? Subscribe to the Live Traders YouTube channel. If you want to check me out on Instagram or Twitter or StockTwits, check out Scoutmaster or Scoutmaster1 on all of those avenues. Jared Wesley of Live Traders. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning. Take care, guys.